Hello, I'm Frank Copeland from OS Systems, and the purpose of this video is to give you the ability to give us the 30 numbers that we require to make custom dry suits. But before we get started, there's a couple of basic tools you're going to need. First off, you're going to need a 120-inch professional tailor's tape measure available at your local fabric supply. You're going to need some scotch or masking tape. The OS System Customs form. It must be our custom form. You can get this from your local rep, headquarters, or off of our website. And a plastic ruler, and what we'll use this for will become evident as the video goes forward. If you give us the 30 measurements that we require, we can give you a high-quality custom product. Our subject today, who has volunteered to help us, is Paul. As you can see, Paul is wearing a pair of shorts and a form-fitting short-sleeve t-shirt. It's important that your subject has either shorts or a bathing suit on and this similar type of shirt. You don't want something too baggy, it will actually affect the numbers. Speaking of tape technique, do not pull the tape too tight against the skin. You'll actually leave an impression and we'll get the wrong number. When you give us numbers, give us either the whole number, but if it is not a complete whole number, give it to us in a decimal format. Example, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75. Ray, could I please have the first number and tell me what it is?
Number 1, chest at armpit.
Paul, could you please put your arms out like you're flying? Arms down, breathe normal. 41 inches. Number 2, please, Ray.
Number 2, chest.
Paul, once again, arms out like you're flying. Arms down, breathe normal. 41.50. Number 3, please.
Number 3 is waist.
When you measure the waist, I would like you to use the subject's belly button as a reference, not where the person wears his or her shorts or pants. We want the widest part of the midsection, using the belly button as a reference point. With Paul, notice where we have the tape, exactly 40 inches. What I have done is I've established some reference points for you to be able to identify where I took some measurements, where I'm going to take some measurements. The first blue line is where I took the chest. The second blue line is the waist. The third blue line is where I'm going to take the hip measurement. And the fourth blue line up here is the shoulder. And as I proceed, it will become obvious why we've landmarked these areas. Ray, what's number 4?
Number 4, waist to shoulder.
We need to establish a midpoint in the body. That's the purpose of the blue tape on the left shoulder, to think about the body being sectioned in 2 parts. So the end of the tape is going to start at the top of the shoulder here. I'm going to run it down to where I took the waist measurement. It runs straight down to the waist, 17.5. Ray, what's the next one?
Number 5, hips.
I've already established the blue line here for your information. I'm going to take the hip measurement exactly where I put the blue line. You want the widest part of the buttocks and the hips should be a straight line. You don't want it going up or down. It should be a straight loop all the way around. .50. What's our next one, Ray?
Number 6, hips to shoulder.
Once again, we've established the center line of the shoulder. It's going to be our starting point for the tape. We're going to run it straight down to where I took the hip measurement. .24 inches even. Next, Ray.
Number 7, bicep.
The widest part of the bicep. .25.
Number 8, elbow.
Right at the elbow itself, 10.75.
Number 9, forearm.
The widest part of the forearm, 11 inches.
Number 10, wrist.
Right above the small process bone, where the wrist seal would sit. 7. Next,
Number 11, neck.
right where the person would wear a collared shirt. Caution, don't pull this too tight. 16 inches. Ray, what's the next one?
Number 12, center back to wrist.
It's important that your subject is in the proper position for this before you start measuring. The easiest way to do it is the following. Paul, please put your arms straight ahead of you as if you're sleepwalking. Now bend your arms at the elbow and fold your arms in front of you. You're going to go from small little bone in the wrist, around the body, to the other elbow, to the other small bone in the wrist, and it looks like this. Make sure that you hold the tape, don't let it lag. Walk around. Back to the other little bone in the wrist. Please relax, Paul. 65.50. Next one, Ray.
Number 13, armpit to wrist.
Have your subject extend his or her arm out. Tuck the shirt in a little bit. And you want to measure from the beginning of the armpit to the wrist bone. 18.50 inches. Next, Ray.
Number 14, elbow to wrist.
Small bone in the wrist to the edge of the elbow. Exactly 10 inches. Ray, what's next?
Number 15, waist to crotch.
This is where you get to use your ruler. Paul, do me a favor, would you grab the waistband of your shorts and pull them up a little bit for me, please? Gently take the ruler, slide it all the way up in the top of the crotch, and ask your subject to then bring his or her thighs together to hold the ruler in place. You need to make sure that the ruler is level. If it's not, level it. Take your tape measure, go back to where you did your waist measurement, mark that area, and you're going to come straight down from the waist to the top of the ruler. Don't add the thickness of the ruler into this. In Paul's case, it is exactly 11 inches from the waist to the top of the ruler, which is marking the crotch. Ray, what's next?
Number 16, thigh.
Paul, could you grab the waistband of your shorts once more, please, and pull them up and hold them. Paul, please look straight ahead. When you do the thigh measurement, you want the tape to go all the way up into the crotch itself and then be level with the crotch as you bring it back around. .25 inches. Resist the urge to come at an angle, which will give you a bad reading. You want to be, once again, level with where the crotch is. Next, Ray.
Number 17, knee.
Once again, level, using the kneecap as a reference. 16 inches. Next.
Number 18, calf.
As you can see by Paul's calf here, it narrows near the knee and it narrows down by the ankle. We want the widest part of the calf. Just simply look at your customer or the subject's calf and measure at the widest part. 14. Ray, what's the next one?
19, ankle to calf.
You're going to landmark the tape on the widest part of the calf, which you just took. You're going to run it down the inside of the leg to the inside bone of the ankle. It looks like this. .11 inches, Ray. Next.
Number 20, ankle.
The narrowest part of the ankle. .8 inches. Ray, what's next?
Number 21, circumference at heel.
Paul, would you please point your left foot out, point your toes towards me, please? Take the top of the foot around the ball of the heel and give us the widest measurement, 12.50. Ray, what's the next one?
Number 22, ankle to crotch.
First thing I've done is I've attached the end of my tape to the end of my ruler so that I can put it all the way up in the crotch without touching my client inappropriately. Paul, would you please grab your waistband and pull those shorts up? I'm going to go all the way up gently, and I'm going to bring the tape down the inside of the leg to the bone in the ankle, 26 inches. Ray, what's next?
Number 23, ankle to knee.
Using the kneecap as a reference point, go to the side of the knee. You're going to go straight down to the ankle bone once again. .50. Next.
Number 24, crotch to floor.
Mr. Ruler comes back into play. Or once again, you can use your hands. It's up to you and your client. Paul, could you please grab those shorts, the waistband one more time, pull them all the way up. Very important on crotch to ankle and floor to crotch. Do not let your customer or your client stoop forward. They need to be holding the waistband of their shorts up, looking straight ahead. Landmark all the way up in the crotch. Come down the inside of the leg just like we did for crotch to ankle, except we just continue on down right to the floor. 30 inches equal. Ray, what's next?
Number 25, top of head to shoulder.
You're going to go from the top of the subject's head straight down to the base of the neck. .5 inches. What's next, right?
Number 26, torso circumference.
Paul, rotate slightly like that. Could you grab your shorts one more time by the waistband, bring them all the way up, hold them, and look straight ahead. We're going to do a complete loop from the shoulder through the crotch and back again. Make sure that you don't let the tape droop when it's going through the crotch. At the same time, don't pull the tape too tight. Could cause discomfort. Please note that I'm right up against the neck. I'm not out at the shoulder. The subject is standing tall. I've got the tape taut but not overly tight. And just simply bring the two of them together. We've got 70.25. That is the so important critical torso circumference. What's next, Ray?
Number 27, height.
It is important that you put your client or your customer against the wall with a book on his or her head that's level and mark the top of their head. Have them in stocking feet or barefoot and measure from the floor up to that mark. Most people honestly don't know how tall they are. Number 2, next one, Ray.
Number 28, weight.
Along the same avenue, put them on a scale. If you are going to sell or have us make you custom suits, you need a good digital scale that's accurate. Put the customer on it. We need the real weight. Some people are shy of it. We promise not to spread the information. We need the real weight based on you putting the person on a scale in your shop. Next, Ray.
Number 29, head circumference.
This is about where the hat would fit if the customer is wearing a hat. I'm going to take the measurements right above the eyebrows. .50. What's next, Ray?
Number 30, shoe size.
Paul, what size shoe do you wear?
7 wide, men's.
Make sure you put that on the form. If they say narrow or wide, 7 wide and circle M versus F for female. There's our procedure 1 through 30. At OS Systems, located in Scappoose, Oregon, we've been making quality dry suits for more than a quarter century. If you follow the steps that I've laid out in this video, we'll make one for you. And remember the most important feature of any dry suit: fit.